What's going on, filmmakers? I'm Alexandru and today we're gonna take a look at the new Sony Fx6 firmware update. We're gonna start with the most exciting thing about this update, meaning focus tracking. Now the Sony Fx6 has the ability to focus track an object or person or anything you want. You just have to use the touch function of the LCD like you use it on the Sony Fx3 or the Sony a7S III. I'm gonna show you a good situation where tracking autofocus is really important. So we have Madalena and she has a phone in her hand. Usually the camera will track only her face. This is what the camera knows to do the best. But let's say I want the camera to track her phone. Well, what I can do right now is tap on the phone, and now if she moves the phone in front of the camera or in a different angle, now the camera will track only her phone and not her face. This is not possible without autofocus tracking. And I'm really happy Sony implemented this in the Sony Fx6 because it's such an amazing camera, and this is the only thing that I felt it was lacking. So now, for me, the Sony Fx6 is really a complete camera. We're gonna go to the next function that I think it's pretty important on this update, and that is focus breathing compensation. We all know that G Master lenses have a little bit of focus breathing, and in some situation that can be very annoying. But now with the update, the camera has the ability to compensate for that focus breathing, and we're gonna do a test right now to show you how it works. Okay, so here is a good example of what focus breathing compensation does. So we have a really wide lens, and usually focus breathing is present on wide lenses. Now, if Madalena puts her hand in front of the lens, you can see on the edges that it has kind of like a small zoom in. That is focus breathing. This can be a little bit disturbing for the viewers, and Sony has thought about it and they have included focus breathing compensation. Now I'm gonna stop the recording. I'm gonna go inside the menu, technical, under lens. And you go and you have breathing compensation auto. And it does like a small crop on the sensor, but check it out this. Now when Madalena is approaching her hand in front of the lens, is not gonna have focus breathing. And this is really important because people have stopped using some of the lenses because of the focus breathing, and now they can basically use the lenses without any worries. With this update, the possibility to record externally has been improved, and you have a lot of different options for recording externally. For people that love to do broadcasting on the Sony Fx6, Sony has improved the thing in the software that allows you to shoot HDR and SDR at the same time and decide what you want to use later in post-production. This is really good because it gives you a lot more possibilities. We also have a new feature called Bokeh Control, which is really cool, and I'm gonna showcase it right now. So what is Bokeh Control? Well, it's very similar to auto variable ND, where the camera makes the auto exposure based on the aperture. So it uses the variable ND based on the aperture. So if I increase the aperture, it would automatically make it. But this time, Bokeh Control uses the ISO as well. So for example, if I go to 16, now you can see that we have both Madalena and the light in the background in focus. And if I go to 1.2, it kind of makes this really beautiful and interesting effect, but it also uses the ISO and the variable ND in the same time. Well, in the past, it only used the variable ND and that's it. It is really cool. So it works really nice and flawlessly. So you can basically do this effect outdoors where you have something in focus all the way through, and then you switch up the aperture, and then it makes this beautiful separation between the background and the foreground. And last but not least, Sony has included a picture cache recording, which is really good. Let me explain how it works. So what is picture cache recording? So let's say you are outside shooting extreme sport or something really important, and something happens in front of the camera, like Madalena jumps. you were not recording, so you basically lost the shot. Well, with the new update, you can basically recover 20 seconds or 30 seconds in advance. And let me show you. You go under menu, and in project, you have picture cache recording. And then you set on, and it's set to max, long, medium, or short. And it depends on the frame rate you are on. Right now we are on 50 frames per second, but let's say if you're at 25, you can go up to 30 seconds of cache recording, and in slow motion it differs a little bit. Now, let's say Modelina jumps and I forgot to record. I press record and it automatically records the 20 seconds before that action has happened. So if now we go under the thumbnail, we can see that we basically catched Modelina jump, and we just have to wait because 20 seconds, it's quite a lot in terms of the amount of footage that you get whenever you press recording. So as you can see, I pressed record and I catched her jump 20 seconds before it happens. Now, if we go to slow motion recording, and let's say 4K 120 FPS, let's see how much picture cache we have. We have 9 seconds, but 9 seconds is pretty long. So Modelina, can you jump? Now she jumped and we can still wait, and if we press record, we still have the 20 seconds before that. So that is really, really good. The 9 seconds, sorry. So we go under thumbnail, and we can see that we probably catched the jump. So it's gonna go pretty slow because 9 seconds in slow motion is obviously way more because it's slowed down. So as you can see, I was still talking quite a few seconds after that and we got the shot. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video about the new software update on the Sony FX6. I was already loving this camera, but with this update, it's mind-blowing. It offers so many possibilities and so many new ways to use this camera even better. So, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to subscribe to this channel and make sure to watch my other videos where you can learn a ton of things about filmmaking. Until the next time, I'm Alexandru and take care. Peace.